Hello, everyone. This is Siddharth Dambar from Chicago Arthritis and Regenerative Medicine. Welcome to our webinar. Today, we are talking about our physician-assisted weight loss program with semaglutide peptide approach. So in this conversation, you will hear about the issues with obesity as well as our solution for it, which includes utilizing semaglutide. So let's begin. Let's talk about, what is really the scope of the problem of obesity. Obesity, we all know this. It's a global health concern, profound impacts on so much of our health, whether it's cardiovascular, metabolism, immunologic, cancer, autoimmune issues. So, the extent of this is massive. According to the World Health Organization, at least 650 million adults worldwide classified as obese. In the United States, 42.5% of adults are considered obese, while 9% of children and adolescents, which is really quite incredible. So, we're talking about how can we help to address this issue, in large part because this affects a lot of my patients. And in addition, also because when it comes to metabolic health, whether it's how it affects people's autoimmune or immune system that leads to autoimmune issues, or how it affects people's arthritis in their lower extremities and their back. All these things are very relevant, and weight loss is a key part of this. Managing weight is a key part of this. So the health effects of obesity are wide, right? So we know certainly with musculoskeletal problems, every day I see this, people with lower extremity pains, knees, hips, ankles, and lower back are affected if a person's weight is above their optimal level. Clearly, the cardiovascular consequences, it's a major risk factor for high blood pressure and increased heart disease. Metabolic effects in terms of type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, again, hypertension. Immunologic complications increases the risk and susceptibility to infections and can, in fact, actually worsen autoimmune conditions as well. And then also, there's a number of different cancers that actually increase the risk of, that are increased at risk if you are obese as well. And sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea, which then leads to increased risk of heart disease as well. So big problems associated with obesity. So we need better weight loss solutions, in large part because our current options can work, but they don't work in everyone. So we know obesity poses a significant risk to long-term health, and so we need better solutions. The limitations of our traditional methods, really the yo-yo effect. And that's that diet and exercise. They work for some people, they are essential, but they're not adequate for many people. And our conventional weight loss strategies either give us limited effects or give us limitations in how long they work, namely that they're unsustainable. So, people have difficulty maintaining weight loss due to a lot of reasons, including biological, psychological, and environmental factors. And medically, we can do more to help out with some of the biological and psychological factors. So our physician-assisted weight loss program is meant to really provide a comprehensive approach to managing weight and overall health. So when it comes to goals of treatment, we really want to improve on a number of different things. We certainly want to improve body composition. That means, percentage of body fat, but also try to improve muscle mass and visceral fat. Can we also improve your cardiovascular risk factors? Can we improve your metabolic risk factors? Can we improve exercise capacity, eating habits, immune health, gut health, and even sleep and stress management? So peptides, what are they? You may have heard about these. Peptides are naturally occurring molecules that act as what we call signaling molecules. What that means is that they trigger your body to do other things. These are naturally occurring. Your body already has these. So glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1, that's the one that we're really focused on during this conversation. It's naturally occurring, comes from the gut. It regulates your appetite, insulin secretion, and metabolism. It has a key role in glucose homeostasis and insulin secretion. So it helps to regulate your blood sugar by stimulating insulin release and also by reducing glucagon secretion, which then lowers the amount of circulating glucose in your bloodstream. So it is a very key role in glucose and in diabetes and also metabolic health. So semaglutide is really a game changer when it comes to weight loss. Semaglutide is a GLP-1 agonist or analog, and so it mimics the effects of your normal GLP-1. And it has really demonstrated to have a remarkable efficacy in promoting weight loss and improving metabolic health. So how does this work? To begin with, it helps with glucose homeostasis. It helps with your glucose to basically get absorbed into your skeletal muscles. It helps to reduce large intestine motility of food. So it helps to slow down the processing of food through your gut so that doesn't happen very fast, so it doesn't spike up your blood sugars. And it also reduces appetite, reduces the peptides that are associated with hunger, and it increases the neuropeptides that are associated with satiety, so you feel more full. It also increases or stimulates serotonin receptor, leading to reduction in appetite as well. So really, it works in multiple different ways to help with blood sugar management, which in turn also helps with reducing the amount that you'll actually be eating, which then helps with weight loss, which then helps with metabolic health. So, semaglutide does have FDA-approved indications already. So for type 2 diabetes and chronic weight management in adults, you've probably heard about some of these meds, including Ozempic and Wegovy. You've probably heard that they're being used a lot for type 2 diabetes. You may also hear that they're being used for chronic weight management. The challenge is that insurance, while it'll cover for type 2 diabetes, it's not as easy to be utilized for weight management. And that's where we're trying to fit in. So if you have a BMI of greater than 30, you definitely meet criteria for this kind of treatment. If you have a BMI of greater than 27, but you also have another weight-related comorbid condition that can include high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, arthritis, fatty liver, prediabetes, heartburn, PCOS, hypogonadism, asthma, really quite a few different things, you meet criteria for utilizing semaglutide. Other potential future indications that are kind of interesting to consider, not quite yet, but interesting to consider, can this be used preventatively to help prevent cardiovascular disease? Can this be utilized at the early stage of prediabetes? Can this be used to prevent neurodegenerative disease? Can this have an anti-aging mechanism? And of course, metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome one is one that I am in particular very interested in because a lot of my patients have autoimmune conditions and they are prone to metabolic syndrome and cardiovascular disease because of their chronic inflammation. And so a treatment that has the potential to not only help with weight loss, but also to help on the metabolic level, that's very exciting to me. So in terms of how semaglutide works, right, this is dosed as a weekly subcutaneous injection you give yourself. We start you on a low dose, and if you're tolerating, we start to escalate it monthly. Monitor your weight, appetite, and really observe for any side effects on a monthly basis. And we're also monitoring your metabolic health with labs every 6 months. That's the right way to do this medically. So what's amazing is that the results out there in semaglutide are really quite impressive. There's a number of different studies out there that show that this can give substantial weight loss and can give sustained effects as well. So you don't have as much of the yo-yo effect. So the evidence shows that with treatment, you can get about a 15% degree of weight loss. This can be maintained longer term, and that goes over at least a couple of years. The evidence so far shows that if you're tolerating the treatment, you can actually utilize this long term to help manage weight and to actually help to manage and sustain the results of treatment as well. If you combine this with good nutrition and regular exercise, you can help to maximize your results and stay healthier longer term. In terms of safety profile, always safety first. Anytime you're doing an intervention medically, you have to make sure, hey, are we aware of potential safety issues? So in general, this is considered a lower risk intervention when it comes to weight loss, in particular compared to some other options. However, keep in mind that this does affect the GI tract, and so you may have some mild GI issues, including nausea and constipation. If you're not able to tolerate this medication, then a dosage can be adjusted, or it may not be the right option for you. But not uncommon to have some mild GI side effects initially, and for most people, their body learns to accommodate to that, and people are generally okay long term. But as with any treatment, not everyone can tolerate it. But for the most part, this is considered lower risk. Keys to optimize treatment, we're talking about weight loss and your general health. You want to combine semaglutide with exercise and nutrition plan. So from a nutrition standpoint, you'll be eating less, right? Your appetite will be lower. So you want to make sure you eat nutrient dense food, things that are going to keep you healthy. Also keep in mind that you want to avoid overeating. Your body is just not going to be really ready for that. So you'll naturally want to eat less while you're on this medication or while you're on treatment, but don't force yourself to overeat. From an exercise standpoint, you definitely want to focus on exercise for a couple of reasons. Number one, cardiovascular exercise to assist with weight loss and your metabolic health, but also strength training to protect you from muscle loss. As you lose weight, right, you lose not only fat, but you also lose some muscle loss as well, muscle bulk as well. And so you want to also focus on strength training to help to protect from any significant muscle loss. Because in the end, we want to improve not only your weight loss, we also want to actually improve overall body composition. And by that, I mean losing overall significant percentage of fat and trying to maintain your muscle mass as much as possible. So our comprehensive weight loss assisted loss program, physician assisted weight loss program really consists of a few different things. Number one, this is a personalized approach, meaning that we look at you as an individual and we are focused on really trying to get the best result for you. So that means thorough evaluation, really knowing what is your medical history, what are your weight loss goals, your underlying health conditions, are you the right candidate? How do we optimize things for your particular situation? This is managed by experienced clinicians, so that will guide you through the entire process, providing you with personalized treatment plans and ongoing support, continuous monitoring and adjustment. As I mentioned, we're closely monitoring your progress, making sure you're tolerating the treatment, and making sure you're doing so in a safe way, because it's not just a matter of losing weight. We want to make sure that you're doing it in a safe and appropriate way. And then regular lab monitoring, right? Checking every 6 months to make sure that your metabolic health is appropriate and that as you're losing the weight, you're doing so safely. Learn more to join the weight loss program. You can see the link below. You can also click on this QR code. That'll take you to a page where you can learn more, as well as schedule an evaluation with us so that we can discuss what are your options and how you can join. If you'd like to learn more, look forward to talking in the future and getting you on your journey to healthy weight loss that is sustainable and brings you better health in the future. Until we can connect again, I hope everyone lives well and stay safe. Bye-bye.